PlayStation 2, Wii, and PSP. I guess the Xbox 360 and PS3 weren't good enough for it, but the Nintendo DS did get a spin-off game, and I'll get to that in a bit. The game was developed by Desciable, which are infamous for only developing tie-in children's games, and they officially shut their doors in 2016. So that was Kung Fu Panda. So way to go. Anyways, that's enough talking. Let's start the game. I get a glimpse of the voice. This is the most terrifying thing in the man. Why is he just staring at me? Oh, and would you listen to that? They're playing this Disciple song. Now, when I finally take in what I'm getting myself into, I must select a minion. They just all stare at you until you do something. And if I keep waiting, they're just going to keep their mouths open. This is where my journey to hell begins. So Crew presents the plan to all of his minions. He wants to build a rocket so he can steal the moon. So he must go into Vector's lair and the Bank of Evil to steal parts for the rocket. Even though, from my knowledge, this is supposed to be a prequel, because the plot is so similar to the first film if you ignore the whole adopting girls aspect. Anyways, we begin the first level, and we get to play as Crew. It adventures through his lab to find a rocket part. At the start of the game, we are equipped with Freeze Ray and Wind Gun. Later in the game, we do unlock a Web Gun and Magnet Ray. Throughout the game, you'll be going to the same three areas: Crew's lab, the bank, and Vector's lab. And in each level, you'll do a platforming that will involve using your weapons. Which the platforming feels fine, like it's nothing special and it's not difficult at all. But if you are not platforming, then you are in puzzle rooms. Which at first I thought this was kind of lame and just to give the game more fluff. As I progressed through the game, the puzzles sort of get more difficult and complex. They actually became my favorite part. I know this is going to sound like an insane comparison, but they remind me a lot of Portal. You must use your minions and try out different weapons on them to find a solution to a puzzle. To be honest, sometimes it did give me a good thing. It's a lot of trial and error. I genuinely really enjoyed this. In the later half of the game, this was the only thing keeping me going. There's not just one way to solve a puzzle. Like, you can do it at whatever needs necessary. I wasn't expecting to like anything from this game, but most levels follow the exact same format. Go through a platforming section, then trophy room, and vandalize it. Go through 3 puzzle sections, go through another trophy room, and that's it. There'll be the occasional vehicle section before or after these levels. These vehicle sections are really bad. Not only are they boring, they're so poorly designed. It feels so clunky. That's all I have to say about them, really. After going through Gru's lab, Vector's lab, and the Bank of Evil 3 times, you finish the rocket, and have to chase Vector to the moon. You get a really long cutscene. To summarize it, Gru is racing Vector to the moon. Vector gets to the moon first. None of them end up getting it. Vector gets stuck on the moon. The end. Also, for some reason, the minions are watching Woody Woodpecker. Like the actual Woody Woodpecker show. Like, there's no reason for this. They're just doing it. And that's it. The game's pretty basic, and it took me 3 hours to 100% complete it, which was by total accident. But I'll give that to myself. So, the unlockables in this game are just extra costumes for the minions and Gru. To be honest, if the whole game is doing things in the puzzle format, I probably would have called it a good game. The other sections in the game are boring and uninspired. The game has one more thing to offer, and that's multiplayer. But it's just the spaceship levels, but now they're split screen, and you play basic objectives like capture the flag or fly through rings. What more am I to say about this? Remember, there is a DS spin-off.